Camera opens with slow panning shots of the car, front, side, rear, ideally in good light, maybe with a dramatic soundtrack building up. Imagine a car that isn't simply obsessed with straight-line speed, but one that transforms sheer power into razor-sharp agility, built for corners, not just straight roads. That's exactly what the Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport is. At its heart lies an 8.0-liter, quad-turbocharged W16 engine delivering a jaw-dropping 1,500 PS, roughly 1,479 horsepower, and a monstrous 1,600 Nm of torque. This is the same legendary powerplant you'd expect in a supercar, but in the Pure Sport it's tuned differently, not for raw top speed, but for stronger acceleration, more immediacy, and sharper response. Shift happens through a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission whose gear ratios have been shortened by about 15% compared to the regular Chiron. The result? The Pure Sport darts from 0 to 100 km per hour, 62 miles per hour, in an insane 2.3 seconds. It hits 200 km per hour in about 5.5 seconds and 300 km per hour in roughly 12 seconds. But, and this is where Pure Sport's philosophy shows, the top speed is electronically limited to 350 km per hour, approximately equals 217 miles per hour. That might sound like a give up, but in exchange, the car becomes far more engaging, throttle response sharper, gear changes more urgent, acceleration out of corners more explosive. Under the skin, the chassis and suspension have been reworked. Springs are substantially stiffer, 65% stiffer at the front, 33% at the rear, adaptive dampers retuned, wheel camber adjusted, anti-roll bars beefed up. Add to that a fixed rear wing instead of a hydraulically adjusting wing, and you get consistent downforce and stability, not just at high speeds, but through corners. Even the wheels and tires are unique. Lightweight magnesium rims reducing unsprung mass, and bespoke tires developed with Michelin, the Michelin Sport Cup 2R, giving about 10% more lateral grip than standard tires. All this means when you lean into a corner, the Pure Sport doesn't wallow, it grips, leans, and pivots with a confidence more akin to a road-legal track car than a normal hypercar. Next, let's talk about design and build philosophy, because a lot of what makes Pure Sport special isn't just performance numbers, it's attention to detail and purpose. Compared to the standard version, Pure Sport is lighter. Bugatti shaved off roughly 50 kilograms, approximately equals 110 pounds, via lighter wheels, a 3D printed titanium exhaust, lighter trim and interior materials, and a fixed rear wing instead of a heavier active wing mechanism. On the outside, the Pure Sport announces itself with a more aggressive body, wider air intakes up front, a bold, fixed rear wing, and a purposeful, muscular stance that doesn't just look fast, it practically demands speed. In short, every vent, every surface, every contour serves a function, not just aesthetics. Inside is a more driver-focused cabin. Instead of plush luxury finishes, surfaces feel purposeful. Alcantara replaces much of the heavier leather, interior elements use lighter materials, trims are minimal but precise. This isn't a limo, it's a hypercar built for driving, built for experiencing speed and control in its most raw form. Now, why does the Pure Sport exist? What's its unique selling point compared to other hypercars or even other variants of its own family? Because it represents a different philosophy, more driver involvement, more agility, more responsiveness. Where many high-end hypercars go for top speed records, the Pure Sport goes for usable speed, speed that you can exploit in real-world driving, deft acceleration, confident cornering, visceral throttle and gearbox feedback. It's like taking a supercar, stripping away some of its showroom gloss, and turning the remaining power and engineering into something sharp, alive, and, crucially, fun to drive. As for cost, when originally launched, the Chiron Pure Sport had a starting price of around US $3.6 million, though examples at showrooms or special editions could push that higher, reportedly up to US $4 million depending on configuration. In markets outside of Europe or the US, taxes, duties and import costs would likely push the on-road price substantially higher. Of course, with great performance comes some trade-offs. The ride is stiffer thanks to the hard springs and sporty suspension tuning, so if you expect silky comfort like a luxury sedan, you'll likely be disappointed. Given its low ride height, wide tires, and performance-oriented setup, the Pure Sport demands respect on broken or uneven roads. It's at home on smooth highways or track days, less so on pothole-strewn streets. And since top speed is intentionally limited, It trades some of the hypercar bragging rights for real-world drivability. But for those who care more about the sensation of driving, the acceleration, the friction in corners, the roar of 16 cylinders, the lightness, the grip, this trade-off isn't a compromise. It's a feature. Camera transitions to close-ups, wheel and tire, interior shift paddles, exhaust tips, cockpit details. And that, I think, is what makes the Chiron Pure Sport so special. It's not a museum piece or a speed record chaser, it's a living, breathing machine, a supercar that wants to be driven hard, yet still remains usable. It's the hypercar for those who refuse to just admire from distance. Camera pulls back for slow drive away shot, engine growl, fade out. If you're a fan of precision engineering, raw power, and driving that feels alive, not just fast, the Chiron Pure Sport delivers a uniquely visceral, unforgettable experience. That's what makes it not just a car, but a driver's car. Optional. On-screen text for price, specs, key points, fade to black.